Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well. Today we are gonna, today's gonna be a bit of a different day. We're not gonna go over the news. I've had enough of the news. Very enough, yeah? And there's things going on that I think are better to discuss than to keep talking about Oman Air, for example, because they decided to fire someone, right? And all of a sudden the fragment of the way that things were done to agree a sponsorship deal with Chelsea all of a sudden went against what they were doing because they weren't generating enough money, so they decided to call it all off and they terminated it, and it's just bad thing on top of bad thing on top of bad things. I'm not going to go over the news. Screw the news. I'm going to care less. But big football happened today. I think it's only right that we actually talk about some of the other teams that are playing football and not just Chelsea. I think, like I said, we got to take the direction of this channel to a different route now, because we can't just keep nailing down on everything that's going on at Chelsea. If not, we are going to be, having to call tons of psychiatrists and psychologists onto the channel to try and refigure our brains and the way that things are running. So, alongside all the Chelsea content, we are going to talk about all the other teams now. It's only right. We're coming to the end of the season and things are getting tasty. Manchester United beating Everton 2-0. And I just got something small to say before we get to the big fish of this video, because that's what Arsenal fans like to say nowadays. We'll come to Arsenal in a sec. They're going to take up the big portion of this video because I've got a few things to say. But Manchester United against Everton. Listen, Man United were absolutely dreadful today, but they got a 2-0 win. And they got 2 penalties. They didn't even score like outright goals. They got 2 penalties. Fair play. They are penalties. I don't have any complaints. But Everton, I have to say this, right? We suffer as Chelsea supporters from not being able to finish every single week. Basically. Well, nearly every single week, right? Sometimes we just can't defend. But most times we can't finish our dinner. Everton today took the cake. Funnily enough, I think they didn't take the cake. In fact, I think they missed it. Because that was the more of the story. They actually had chances to win the game. The game was there if they really wanted it. They just can't finish, let alone a dinner. I don't think they could finish a cup of tea. Really dreadful finishing from Everton. They get to the final third and all of a sudden their heads go blank. They're like, what do we do now? I don't know. Everton, beautiful in terms of the way that they were moving the ball. Beautiful getting the ball forward. Get to the box. All of a sudden, their brain switch off. No idea why, but that was the summary of the story of today's game at Old Trafford, where Manchester United beat Everton 2-0. And because of that, it just, you were pretty convinced that, yeah, United are not conceding today because Everton can't shoot. Simple as that. They can't finish. Man United taking the 2 opportunities that came their way, basically, which was the 2 penalties, and they win the game 2-0. Funnily enough, on the Big Six, when I appeared on there earlier in the week, because Matisse was doing the overlap, and fair play, big appearance to Matisse, big moves being made by Matisse, so congrats out to him. I predicted 2-0. I got that one right. What I didn't get right was Arsenal. Because, funnily enough, I said Arsenal would win 3-1. And they won 2-1. But, it's not the fact that they won, because that was pretty expected. It's how they won today. That's what I think we got to discuss. Because, you know what's funny? I think Arsenal fans are going to come into the comment section and they're going to say that I've got sour grapes or something. I don't, right? And I'm going to be completely honest, right? I'll be completely honest. I still don't think Arsenal are going to go all the way. I know Arsenal fans might go, no, we'll be in the race all the way. I think, to be honest, and fair play to Arsenal so far, Arsenal right now are in a position that I didn't expect them to be. Arsenal are mathematically well in the title race, 100%. They're top of the table because they won today. I didn't expect them to be in this position come March. I thought after January, the annual bottle job will start kicking in. February onwards, Arsenal will just start capitulating, and then it will go it'll just rip up to shreds. They're not there yet. Arsenal are top of the table, and it's going really well for them. And fair play, right? Fair play. Like I said, I didn't expect it, but I think that moment will come. And it won't be a capitulation. I don't think it's going to be a capitulation. I don't think it's going to be where Arsenal just fall off. But I think they're not going to have enough to get them over the line trying to compete against City and Liverpool. So, just to put things into context. For example, say if Man City and Liverpool finish with 96 to 95 or 94 points each, right? Very tight. I think Arsenal might be there with 88 or 89. They won't be too far off, but they'll be far off enough where there's 2 or 3 games to go in the season and Arsenal are now mathematically looking like they're out of the title race. I think that's where it's going to go. And I think Arsenal will have third place nailed on. You can put your house on it. So that's where I think Arsenal will end up. But what they did today is what you got to do if you want to be in the title race. If you want to give yourself a chance of being champions, it's these sort of results that you need to be getting. Games like today where Arsenal had full control, but one mistake by Ramsdale, by the way, Aaron Ramsdale, I think today cements the fact that he is now officially number 2 and he's not coming back. Actually, no, forget that, not even number 2. I take that back. I take that back. Don't listen to what I just said. I take it back, right? He's not playing for Arsenal again. That's it. It's done. David Raya had to step aside today because he's on loan and he can't play against his parent club. He's going to come back into the fold now that they've played against Brentford. We won't see Aaron Ramsdale again. And I just want to say this. Listen, I saw the links. We all saw the links earlier on in the season. We've not heard anything since. If Chelsea are even thinking of getting Aaron Ramsdale, I swear to God. We'll leave that for another day if it happens. It better not. I'm putting a lot of ultimatums on the channel lately, aren't I? Oh, we better not. You better not. We better not. I'm doing a lot of that right now. It just goes to show the flipping direction we're heading in. But Aaron Ramsdale, I don't think is playing for Arsenal again. What a calamity of a mistake that was. It's just unbelievable. And very good instinct and reflex from Wissa. So fair play for the fact that Wissa was able to capitalise on a mistake and get the equaliser for Brentford. But, like I said, Arsenal looked in control. They just couldn't finish either. But unless you're going to talk about the last 5-10 minutes, we're going to come to that. Brentford had a couple of chances. Ivan Toney trying to catch Aaron Ramsdale out. That's what it looked like Brentford's strategy was. After they got that equaliser, it was almost like they were trying to catch Ramsdale out because they knew he was vulnerable. And to be fair to Ramsdale, there were a couple of occasions where he actually made a pretty good save. Right? 2 really good saves I remember from that after he made the mistake. So did he make up for the mistake? Difficult when you're in a title race to be able to say that it does. I don't think he did technically, but he did show a couple of moments where, yeah, you know, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. So for that, fair play, I guess. But we come to the last 5 minutes, minute 86, right? And then there were 7 minutes of added time. Like I said, Arsenal were going to win. But Kai Havertz is the one that steps up in a really good patch of form that he's going through at the moment to get Arsenal the winner and send them top of the table. I have to be honest, that kind of stings. Because I just want to put something out there now, yeah? Arsenal are top of the table now. Obviously, Liverpool and Man City have to play. But they've gone top of the table in that manner, knowing that Liverpool and City have to play each other. One of them are going to fall tomorrow. And if they don't, and if they draw, right, well, Arsenal are remaining second. Actually, I take that back. They've got a better goal difference than Liverpool. Arsenal will remain top of the league if Liverpool and City draw tomorrow. That's actually quite unbelievable. Bloody hell, they got a goal difference of 46. Liverpool got a goal difference of 39 and City got a goal difference of 35. Wow. Goes to show. This is what I didn't expect from Arsenal at this stage of the season. I'll be honest. Did not expect this, right? If Liverpool and City draw, then Arsenal remain top. So this is what it means. after 28 games played, Arsenal, regardless, I think, of what happens tomorrow, are going to be in second position. If Liverpool win, Arsenal go into second. If Man City win, Arsenal go into second. If they draw, Arsenal are first. And who got them the winner? Kai Havertz. Now, don't get me wrong. 65 million was a great fee. But to see how he's playing now, and I want to mention this. Do I think Kai Havertz is back? Not yet. And I want to stress this, not yet, because there is still things that he's got to prove. Kai Havertz is the sort of player that can go through a patch where he gets a few goals and then he goes silent again. It's about whether, and I've said this from the get-go, can he adapt to the Premier League on a consistent basis? Kai Havertz looks like he's going through a patch of form now, similarly to how he was playing under Thomas Tuchel in the year that Chelsea won the Champions League. There was a patch towards the end of the season where Kai Havertz was looking absolutely mint. Mint. After that, you could see the struggles. Some people would say it's down to management. Some people would say it's down to the player. Personally, I think there was enough mistakes to be able to show that perhaps he's just not able to consistently adapt to the pace of Premier League football, but he gets moments. Could this be a moment? Or could this be Kai Havertz finally coming out of his shell and coming into what was expected of Kai Havertz when he arrived in England in the first place? Who knows? I got to be honest. Who knows? But what stings is seeing my club the way that we are and the struggles we're going through, and we see players that were once part of our team, and I got to be honest here, a Champions League winning team, go to places like Arsenal and they're getting winners to send their teams top of the flipping table. It's just, that's the negative part of that, where I look and I feel and I go, man, flipping hell, man. Yeah, 65 million, cheers, but what have we done with it? We've spent $1 billion. And just to put things into context, this is what I wanted to end with. Arsenal are on 64 points, right? Chelsea, after 26 games, are on 36 points. 28-point difference. 28-point difference. That's having played 2 more games. If Chelsea were to win those 2 games in hand, which, by the way, funnily enough, one of those games is against Arsenal in terms of Chelsea's game in hand. So there's that. But if Chelsea were to get 6 points from the 2 games that remain, for example, still a 22-point difference between Arsenal and Chelsea at this stage in the season. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But Arsenal, like I said, got the job done. And in a title race, look, recently, Arsenal have been showing a lot of class, a lot of goals, a lot of demolitions, except for the 1-0 loss to Porto. But we'll see what happens in midweek in the Champions League, right? Anyway, that's a story for a different day. We'll wait and see what happens there. But in the league, they've been killing teams left, right and centre. This is where you can afford to have a game like today where you get a last-minute winner and it means the world. Some people tell me and go, hey, when Chelsea are playing really badly but we get the result, why are you complaining? Why am I complaining? Because we're not battering teams 6-0. We're not consistently getting win after win after win. We're not consistently showing our levels. We're not consistently showing what is expected of us. In fact, we're at times getting by and then we lose or get battered and then we try and get by again. That's unacceptable. Arsenal are doing the opposite. Arsenal are getting the routine wins. What should be routine for us is a challenge and it's a mission now. And we tend to lose some of those games. Whereas for Arsenal, not a problem. 6-0, cheers. Or 3-0, or even 2-0. Calm, routine. We've lost the capacity to have routine. We don't have a routine anymore. We've lost our routine. Our routine was lost 2 years ago. It's gone. 18 months of no routine. And we're still in the midst of it. Arsenal have routine. And if you want to win the title, you are going to come across games like today where it's a little more tough than you expected. It's a little harder, but you get it done. And Kai Havertz is the one that sends them top of the table. So, congrats to Arsenal. Credit where credit's due. It's deserved. Arsenal are playing really well. And they're in a position where I didn't expect them to be. I thought they would be third and I thought they'd be starting to slip. But they're not quite there yet. Although I do think that there is going to be a slight element of that towards the end of the season. But look, Arsenal right now remind me of how Chelsea were in 2013-14. You know, when we were the little horse and we wrecked the Liverpool party, Demba Ba, Gerrard slipping, yeah, but we were the little horse. We were never really expected to go and win the title, but we were in the title race up until 2 games to go, and then mathematically it became impossible, right? That's Arsenal, I feel, this season. I don't feel like they're going to go all the way, and if they do, then flipping, then congrats. If they do, then fair play, hands are up. You've heard it from me here first. I'm saying I don't expect Arsenal to go that far. If they do make it that far, I've got nothing but praise. Nothing but praise. And it would be a calamity because in London, we're not going to hear the flipping end of it. But it's going to be deserved. But Liverpool and City, we'll see what happens tomorrow. And I will give you my thoughts on Liverpool versus City after it's all said and done. And don't forget, tomorrow is also going to be the preview for Chelsea versus Newcastle. So if you want to, get to the end of our, let's say, break where we cannot really focus on Chelsea so much and we can talk about these sort of games and actually enjoy talking football, then if you want to, come to the end of that and go back to routine, because we have a routine on here, is talking Chelsea, and we will be here tomorrow for it, when we go through the motions for the preview for Chelsea versus Newcastle. So make sure you're here for that, and I will catch all of you then. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I have uploaded. On top of that, check out the socials on screen and in the description as well, and I will catch all of you tomorrow for a brand new one, or brand new 2. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. See you lot then. Take care and peace.